right, we're gonna go ahead and start going over our homework for Wednesday, October the 31st. Just start with this simple standard multiplication. Here are the answers you should have gotten. You can check over this real fast and see what you got. If you got them right, then you don't really need to watch the video of me solving them unless you would like to. If you missed one, go ahead and watch me solve them. I'll try to go quickly so it's not boring. Just to see where your error's at, and so we can fix that mistake or go from there. So let's start with number one. Number one was 6 1/10 times 5/10. So I ignore my decimals until the end, and remember that multiplication of decimals, they're a rebel. They say no, they would rather bunny hop. But addition and subtraction, we line them up, up, okay? And for division, it just goes straight up already where it was located. Multiplication, we only worry about the decimals at the end. So let's start with the first digit. We're gonna multiply everything on the top by the 0. 0 times 1 is 0. 0 times 6 is 0. I have now multiplied everything on the top by my 0, so I'm going to cross this guy out because I am done. And I'm going to put a 0 so we can move on to the next digit. So now we have 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 6 is 30. I've now multiplied everything on the top by my 5, so I can cross him out and put 2 zeros down. Now I multiply everything on top by my 0. 0 times 1 is 0. 0 times 6 is 0. So I can add this all up. And that gives me 0, 5, 0, and 3. Now I need to figure out how many times I need to bunny hop. So let's look at our numbers. Over here, I had to go 1 over to find my decimal. So that's 1 hop. And then over here, I go 1, 2, 2 hops. So 1 hop here, 2 hops on this one, which is a total of 3 hops. So let's hop 3 times down here. 1, 2, 3. Make sure your numbers are nice and neat, or you might accidentally put the decimal in the wrong place. All right, number 2. Number 2 is 28 hundredths times 86 hundredths. Okay, so I'm going to start by multiplying everything on the top by my 6. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 4 is 16. 6 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. I have multiplied everything on the top by my 6. So I'm going to go ahead and cross him out, put a 0 to hold its place, and move on to the 8. And I can also get rid of these so they don't confuse me. So 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 2 is 16. Plus 6 is 22. 8 times 0 is 0. Plus 2 is 2. I have now multiplied everything on the top by my 8. I can also cross him out. And now I'm moving over, so I would have 2 zeros. 0 times 8 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. Sorry, I'm writing kind of crooked. Whoops. Add it all up, I have 8. I have 10. Carry my 1. 1, 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 and 0. So now I need to find out how many times I need a bunny hop. So on the top, I went 1, 2 to find my decimal. So I hopped 2 times here, and 1, 2, 2 times here. Add them all up, I'm hopping 4 times total. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, make sure you're neat, don't do it like me, 4. And my decimal is gonna end up right there. Okay? Number 3. We have 29 2/10 times 0 and 4 hundredths. Multiply everything on the top by my 4 first. So 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 9 is 36. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3 is 11. I'm now done with my 4, so I can cross it out, put a 0, get rid of this guy. And the rest are all zeros, so I can pretty much already know my answer, but 0, 0, 0, cross that out, 0, 0, 0, 0 times 9, 0, 0 times 2, 0, all zeros. Add them all up. I have 8, 6, 1, 1, 0. Let's find out our bunny hopping. I went 1 time here. I went 1, 2 times here. Total of 3 times hopping, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. My decimal should line up right there. So I should have this for this one, this for this one, and this for this one. All right, number 4. I have 60 and 8 tenths times 10. All right, 0 times 8 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 6 is 0. Done with my first digit, I can cross it out, put a 0, and move on to the next. 0 times 8 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 6 is 0. Done with this digit, can cross that out, put 2 zeros down. Now I'm at my 1. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 6 is 6. Now I can add them all up, and I have 0, 0, 8, 0, 6. Now I need to find out my bunny hops. I hopped 1 time here, 1 time here. So I had 1 in this one and 1 in this one, which is a total of 2 hops. So I go 1, 2, which means I just have an answer of 608. Because there's nothing in the decimal. All right, number 5. I have 7 and 92 hundredths times 4 tenths. Okay, start with my 0, multiply everything on the top. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 9 is 0. 0 times 7 is 0. I have finished my first digit, cross it out, put a 0. Don't forget that part. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 9 is 36, bring this up. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 3 is 31. Add it all up. We have 0, 8, 6, 1, and 3. Now let's count my bunny hops. I went 1, 2 here, and I went 1, 2 here, with a total of 4 hops. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and it should end up right there. So it should be, this is my answer. And last but not least, number 6. We have 11 and 2 tenths times 1 and 9 tenths. It just so happens that some of these decimals are lining up, but that is not how it normally works for multiplication. They could fall anywhere. We ignore them till the end. 9 times 2 is 18. Bring up my 1. 9 times 1 is 9 plus 1 is 10. 9 times 1 is 9 plus 1 is 10. I've now multiplied everything on the top by my 9, so I can move on. So I'm going to cross those out so they don't confuse me. Cross this out, 0. Move on to my 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Now I have multiplied everything on the top. I should be good. Let's add this up. 8, 2, 1, 2. And then let's find out how many times you need bunny hop. So I hopped on the top one time, bottom one time. So 1 time here, 1 time here, total of 2 times hopping. So I'm gonna hop 2 times. 1, 2. My answer there should be 21 and 28 hundredths.